All right, let's do this. Imagine me standing on a brightly lit stage, microphone in hand, ready to share something powerful. Here's the introduction to my new book, Success is Not Random: The Hidden Factors That Make an Outlier. Introduction: Beyond the Lucky Stars. Have you ever looked at someone who just shines, someone who seems to achieve everything they set their mind to, and wondered, what's their secret? Maybe you've chalked it up to luck, to being born with special talents, or simply being in the right place at the right time. We often use terms such as talent, genius, and luck. The truth is a lot more interesting and within your reach than you might think. This book, Success is Not Random, isn't about mystical formulas or overnight miracles. It's about understanding the real ingredients that bake into extraordinary success. It's about peeling back the layers of seemingly instant achievements and discovering the hidden efforts, the supportive environments, and the crucial turning points that shape outliers, those exceptional individuals who stand head and shoulders above the rest. Think of a master chef. Do they magically appear with Michelin star skills? No! They might have a natural palate, but they hone their craft through years of practice, learning from mentors, and experimenting with countless recipes. Their success isn't random. It's a result of deliberate action combined with the right opportunities and a supportive learning environment. This book will show you that becoming an outlier isn't about winning the genetic lottery. It's about understanding the systems that support exceptional achievement. We will explore common myths that most of the people believe. We'll delve into the often overlooked factors that contribute to success, such as perseverance, a growth mindset, and the importance of seeking out constructive feedback. Success is Not Random will introduce you to the myth of natural talent. Learn why the assumption of innate ability often overshadows the importance of dedicated practice and strategic learning. The power of passion and purpose. Discover how to identify activities that ignite your passion and fuel your drive to excel. The importance of community. Understand the role of mentors, peers, and supportive networks in fostering growth and providing essential guidance. Turning obstacles into opportunities. Learn how successful individuals view failures and problems so that they are able to use them as advantage to learn and improve faster. Crafting your success recipe. Ultimately, this book will empower you to design your own path to success, tailored to your unique strengths, interests, and goals. By the end of this book, you won't just admire outliers, you'll understand how they're made. More importantly, you'll have the tools and insights you need to start crafting your own journey towards becoming an outlier in your chosen field. It's time to stop waiting for luck and start building your own success story, one deliberate step at a time. Let's begin! All right, champions, get ready to shift your perspective. I'm fired up to take you on this journey. Let's kick things off with Chapter 1, Beyond Luck, Seeing Past the Surface of Success. How often do we hear about someone getting lucky? They won the lottery of life. Right? Wrong. That's the easy story, the convenient one. We see the shiny result and immediately chalk it up to chance. But believe me, peeking beneath that shiny surface reveals a whole universe of factors that really made the difference. Think of it like this. Imagine you see an incredible flower blooming in someone's garden. Do you just say, "Wow, they're lucky"? No way! You know there's more to it. Someone planted the seed. They watered it consistently. They gave it the right soil, the right amount of sunlight, and probably fought off a few pests along the way. Success is the same blooming flower. We might see the amazing petal, the victory, the achievement. But we often miss the dedicated gardening that happened behind the scenes. Let's consider John, a friend who became a successful chef. People said he was lucky to land a job working for a famous restaurant after culinary school. Was it random luck? Not really. John spent countless hours practicing knife skills, experimenting with recipes, and devouring every cookbook he could find. He prepared himself for the opportunity and was absolutely ready to shine when it came. His luck was actually years of relentless preparation. What appeared as good fortune wasn't chance at all. It was the culmination of dedication, hard work, and smart decisions. Stop dismissing other people's success as mere luck, and more importantly, stop telling yourself that's all there is to it for you. You have the power to cultivate your own garden. Let's start digging. All right, champions, let's dive in. Chapter 2, The 10,000-Hour Myth and What Really Makes It Work. You've heard it right. 10,000 hours and bam, You're a master. Think it's that simple? I'm here to tell you, it's not just about putting in the time, it's about how you spend that time. Truth is, jamming for 10,000 hours, mindlessly watching the same coding tutorial, will not transform you into a coding genius. Let's bust this 10,000-hour rule myth wide open. Think about it. Two people both spend 10,000 hours playing basketball. One just shoots hoops alone, never thinking about their form or strategy. The other actively seeks feedback, practices specific drills to improve weaknesses, and studies game footage. Who do you think is going to become the better player? Obviously the latter, right? The key? Focused practice. It's about being deliberate, targeting your weaknesses, and pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone. Feedback is crucial. It's like having a map in unfamiliar territory, which will help you check your current position and course correct. Focus can make the difference between plodding through 10,000 hours and skyrocketing to success. Constant learning is important. Never stop being a student. Read articles, join communities, experiment with new techniques. For instance, imagine two aspiring chefs. Both work 10,000 hours in a kitchen. Chef A repeats the same few dishes day after day. Chef B, however, uses their time to experiment, learn new cuisines, and actively seeks feedback from patrons and other chefs. Chef B might not only be an amazing chef, but can also create a unique restaurant. See the difference? It's not about blindly putting in the time. It's about strategic, improvement-driven practice. So turn the key, buckle your belts, and start practicing smarter. You can do this. All right, champions. Are you ready to ignite your potential? Let's dive into Chapter 3, The Accidental Advantage, Born at the Right Time and Place. Listen up. You think success is only about hard work? Baloney! Timing plays a gigantic role. It's not about luck. It's about being in the sweet spot. Imagine trying to sell ice cream in Antarctica. Not the best timing, right? Think of Bill, born in 1955. While older generations were stuck in old ways, and younger ones were yet to grasp, Bill was that right age when personal computers exploded. Perfect timing. His interest, combined with opportunity, launched him. He had a huge accidental advantage. Location matters too. Imagine competing in a local race in your village versus national-level race. One gives an advantage due to the competition you face. What does any of this mean for you? It means stop lamenting about what you lack. Look around. What opportunities are ripening right now? What skills are in high demand because of current trends? What locations will support your big dreams? Maybe it's learning AI now before it becomes a basic skill. Maybe it's moving to a city that's a hub for your passion. Don't wait for perfectly timed for you. Start creating a right place for yourself. Opportunities never announce. Don't assume all opportunities should look obvious. It's about being strategically aware when the world around you is changing fast. All right, champions. Let's talk about something huge, something absolutely essential to blasting through barriers and achieving your wildest dreams. Your village. Chapter 4. The Power of a Supportive Ecosystem, Building Your Village. Listen up. No one, and I mean no one, summits Everest alone. They have Sherpas, base camps, support teams, a whole ecosystem dedicated to their ascent. It's the same with your goals. You can have the biggest dreams, the most fire in your belly, but trying to do it all alone? That's like trying to build a spaceship with just a hammer. Your village is your network of mentors, supportive family, encouraging friends, and even helpful online communities. They're the people who believe in you even when you doubt yourself. They offer guidance, hold you accountable, and celebrate your wins. Think of it like this. Little Jimmy wants to become a coding genius. He's bright, but his family doesn't know tech. However, his uncle, who's a software engineer, becomes his mentor. Suddenly, Jimmy has access to knowledge, resources, and encouragement he never had before. That is the power of a supportive ecosystem. How do you find your village? 1. Look around. Start with your family and friends. Are there people who genuinely want the best for you? 2. Seek out mentors. Identify people who are where you want to be and ask for advice. Most successful people are happy to share their wisdom. 3. Join communities. Online forums, workshops, even book clubs. Find spaces where you can connect with like-minded individuals. Building your village isn't about taking. It's about contributing too. Be a supportive member of your own community. Give back, offer help, and celebrate the successes of others. Your success isn't a solitary journey. It's a collaborative effort. Build your village, nurture it, and watch how quickly you start climbing those mountains. Now, go out there and connect. Your support system is waiting to be built. All right, champion, grab your seat because we're about to unearth some buried treasure. In this chapter, we're not just talking about talent, we're talking about your superpower. Every single one of you has something special, a unique gift just waiting to be unwrapped. Think of it like this. You're Indiana Jones. Your mission? Discover your own hidden talents. Maybe you're a wizard with words. Or find creative angles that others can't see. It's in there, trust me. So how do we find this so-called superpower? Step 1. The introspection excavation. Take a good look at what you love doing. What makes you lose track of time? What do people consistently ask you for help with? Maybe you create presentations at work that everyone seems blown away by. Are you highly skilled at the creative/design aspects? Step 2. The feedback field test. Ask people you trust. Friends, family, colleagues, what do they think you're good at? Sometimes, our superpowers are so natural to us, we don't even realize we're using them. Their observations can be a game changer. Step 3. The experimentation expedition. Try new things, volunteer, join a club, take a class. You never know what hidden talent will surface when you push yourself outside of your comfort zone. Maybe you're a natural comedian or a leader. Step 4. The reflection review. Once you've done a few activities, evaluate where you thrive and where you can improve. Don't be afraid if your superpower isn't what you expected. It might not be obvious, but that's the beauty of it. It's yours. Now get out there and use them. All right, champions, grab your coffee, adjust your crown, and let's dive headfirst into the fuel that powers every single achievement, grit and perseverance. Listen up, because this is huge. Talent? Awesome. Natural ability? Fantastic. But let me tell you a secret. It's not enough. Raw talent without the willingness to get up after you've been knocked down is like a Ferrari with an empty gas tank. Looks great, goes nowhere. Grit is that stubborn refusal to quit. Perseverance is the relentless pursuit of your goals, even when the going gets, let's say volcanic. It's the I will find a way attitude plastered across your face. Think about it. Michael Jordan wasn't born scoring slam dunks. Every athlete, any success, had to practice and endure failure. Imagine James, who dreams of being a programmer. He faceplant learning coding languages, it takes ages, and he feels overwhelmed. But James doesn't throw his laptop out the window. He breaks the problem into smaller chunks, asks for help, and celebrates every tiny victory. He perseveres, coding gets eventually easier, and he creates software that makes him proud. That's grit in action, see? And you have it in you too. Building resilience, treat setbacks as learning opportunities. Develop a growth mindset. Believe your abilities can develop. Focus on progress, not perfection. Remind yourself why you started. Stay motivated. Set small, achievable goals. Reward yourself. Surround yourself with supportive people. Your village. Celebrate your wins. Grit and perseverance. They're not magic pills. They're muscles you build. So flex those muscles, get back up, dust yourself off, and keep moving forward. Your outlier story is waiting to be written. Do it! All right, champions, you ready to unlock some serious power? Because in this chapter, we're diving deep into the magic of stories, specifically, the stories you tell yourself. Chapter 7, The Power of Story, How Narrative Shapes Our Success. Think about it. From the moment you wake up, your brain is spinning a yarn. I'm a morning person. I can't wait to tackle this day. Or, another Monday. I'll never get everything done. See the difference? Same situation. Completely different story. Drastically different results. Our narratives, the internal scripts we're constantly writing and rewriting, are like the software running our lives. A buggy script? You're going to face some frustrating errors. A well-written, powerful script? Get ready to soar. So often we're stuck telling ourselves stories of limitation. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'll never be successful. These are stories, people, not facts. They're narratives picked up from childhood, societal pressures, maybe even a single hurtful comment. They're baggage weighing you down. Take Mark, for example. Growing up, his family constantly told him he wasn't, quote, academically gifted. For years, Mark believed this story. He avoided challenging classes, convinced he was destined to fail. But one day, he decided to rewrite his script. He told himself, I can learn. I may need to work harder than others, but I'm capable. He signed up for a coding class, struggled at first, but pushed through. He started small, celebrated his wins, and kept repeating his new narrative. Guess what? Mark is now a successful software developer. His story changed his life. The key? Rewrite your limiting beliefs. Identify the negative stories you're telling yourself. Then, actively challenge them. Find evidence that contradicts them. Consciously create a new, empowering narrative. Instead of, I'm terrible at public speaking, try, I'm developing my public speaking skills. Every presentation is a chance to improve. Instead of, I'll never lose weight, try, I'm committed to building a healthier lifestyle, one step at a time. The more you tell yourself a positive story, the more you believe it. And the more you believe it, the more your actions will align with that belief. You create a positive feedback loop. Positive thoughts lead to positive actions, which lead to positive results, which further reinforce positive thoughts. So what's your story going to be? Are you going to let old, outdated narratives hold you back? Or are you going to grab the pen and start writing a bestseller life? This is your story. Make it a good one. All right, champions. Let's dive headfirst into Chapter 8, Cultural Undercurrents, the Invisible Script of Success. Have you ever wondered why some groups seem to excel in certain fields? It's not just luck, folks. There are invisible forces at play. Cultural undercurrents that shape our thinking and actions in ways we barely realize. Think about it. Some cultures emphasize intense family obligations over individual aspirations. This isn't good or bad, it just is. It means someone from that culture might be more driven to provide financial security for their family, leading them down a specific career path, even if their true passion lies elsewhere. Or consider different approaches to education. In one culture, questioning the teacher is seen as disrespectful. In another, it's encouraged as a sign of engagement. These subtle differences dramatically impact how people learn and ultimately how successful they become. Here's an example. In many Western cultures, assertiveness is valued in business. If you don't speak up, you get walked over. But in some Asian cultures, direct confrontation is considered extremely impolite. Someone from that background might adopt a collaborative, indirect approach, which surprisingly can be just as effective, maybe even more so, in building long-term trust and closing deals. The key takeaway here is this: understand your own cultural script. What values and beliefs were you raised with? Are they helping or hindering you in achieving your goals? Then, become a cultural observer. Step outside your own bubble and learn about the cultural norms of others. This doesn't mean abandoning your own values, but adapting to be most effective in any environment. This isn't about saying one culture is better than another. It's about recognizing that our cultural backgrounds influence our approaches to work, education, and relationships. It's about becoming consciously aware of these invisible scripts and learning how to navigate them. It's about understanding and leveraging your cultural inheritances. Own them. Maybe your inherited values of hard work and discipline give you a huge edge. Great, lean into it. Perhaps your cultural background taught you the importance of saving money. Even better, use that to your advantage. By understanding the cultural undercurrents that shape us, we can navigate the world with greater awareness, empathy, and ultimately, achieve even greater things. Are you ready to rewrite your script and harness the power of culture for your own success? I know you are. Let's go! All right, champions! Let's talk about failure. Not exactly anyone's favorite word, right? We shrink from it, we dread it, we try to avoid it like the plague. But here's a secret. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a stepping stone. Chapter 9, The Catalyst of Failure, Why Setbacks Can Be Your Greatest Asset. Look, you're gonna mess up. I mess up. Everyone does. It's part of being human. Part of striving for more. The difference between people who crumble under failure and those who use it to catapult themselves forward is how they react. Think of failure like a messy experiment. You try something, it doesn't work. Boom, but did you really fail? Nope, you just figured out one way not to do it. Now you have valuable data. You've learned something. Imagine an entrepreneur, let's call him David, who pours his heart and soul and savings into a new app. It crashes and burns. Users hate it. Sales are zero. Devastated? Absolutely. But does David throw in the towel and declare himself a loser? Not if he wants to be successful. Instead, David does a post-mortem. He breaks down everything that went wrong. He asks, what assumptions were wrong? What did users really want? Where did I miss the mark? He treats his failed app not as a personal indictment, but as crucial feedback. He uses those insights to rebuild, refine, and relaunch, this time with a product that solves a real problem and meets a genuine need. That initial failure, that app crashing, was the best thing that could have happened to David. It forced him to course correct, to listen to his market, and to ultimately create something truly valuable. So the next time you face a setback, remember David. Don't wallow, don't hide. Analyze, learn, and grow. Failure is inevitable, but being defeated is a choice. Choose to see failure as fuel, the catalyst that propels you towards ultimate triumph. You've got this. All right, future world changer, buckle up. Because in Chapter 10, we're igniting the engine of continuous learning, unlocking curiosity. Forget cruise control. We're not just drifting through life. We're actively seeking, exploring, discovering. That's curiosity, your secret weapon in the game of life. Think about a child. They pick up everything, ask a million why questions, and are genuinely fascinated by a ladybug crawling on a leaf. That's pure, unadulterated curiosity. We need to reclaim that childlike wonder. Curiosity isn't about being smart, it's about being interested. It's about recognizing that there's always more to learn, more to understand, more to experience. Let's say you're a baker. You make phenomenal chocolate chip cookies. Amazing! But are you curious about the science behind baking, the history of chocolate, different flour types? If you are, you're not just making cookies. You're innovating. You're creating masterpieces. How do we unlock our inner explorer? First, ask questions. Don't be afraid to look foolish. Why is the sky blue? How does my phone actually work? Start small, let your questions lead you. Next, experiment. Don't just read about baking techniques. Try them, mess up. Learn from your mistakes. That's where the real magic happens. Finally, actively seek novelty. Step outside your comfort zone. Read a book on a subject you know nothing about. Visit a museum you wouldn't normally go to. Talk to someone with a different perspective. Curiosity is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. It's the key to adapting, evolving, and staying relevant in a world that's constantly changing. Embrace it, fuel it, and watch it transform your life. This will help you in continuous personal growth and take inspired action. All right, champion, let's dive headfirst into Chapter 11, Leveraging Constraints, Turning Limitations into Opportunities. Listen, I get it. Limitations suck. They feel like walls slamming shut, boxing you in, yelling, "You can't." But here's a secret, a truth I want you to burn into your brain. Those walls? They're not prisons. They're launching pads. Think about Elon Musk, okay? People thought he was crazy to even try building reusable rockets. Money was tight. Technological hurdles were monumental. Huge limitations. But instead of backing down, those constraints forced him to be hyper-creative. He had to find new materials, new designs, new ways of thinking, because the usual way was too expensive, too difficult. He turned those can'ts into, how can we? Take Juan, a local baker. One day, his usual flour supplier raised the price beyond what he could afford. It looked like the end of his little bakery. But Juan, resourceful cat, explored local alternative flours. He discovered ancient grains, and his bakery became a huge success because of this unexpected, delicious, unique offering. Limitation forces innovation. It's like a pressure cooker for your brain. When you're swimming in resources, you get lazy. You stick to the comfortable, the familiar. But when the money's tight, when the tools are scarce, you're forced to get inventive. The next time you face a limitation, don't whine. Okay, whine for 5 minutes, then get to work. Ask yourself, how can I use this? What opportunity is hidden within this challenge? Look at it like a puzzle. The missing pieces aren't weaknesses. They're hints to a more innovative solution. This is where the magic happens. This is where you become unstoppable. All right, champion. Let's talk about thriving, not just surviving. In a world that's spinning faster than ever, this is Chapter 12, the discipline of adaptation, thriving in a changing world. Listen up. The only constant is change. Think about it. What was cutting edge 10 years ago is probably a museum piece today. What got you here won't necessarily get you there. Complacency is the enemy, and stagnation is a slow death to your potential. Adaptation isn't just reacting to change, it's anticipating it, embracing it, and even creating it. It's about having the mental flexibility and skill set to navigate the unknown. How do you become adaptable? First, foster a growth mindset. Believe that your abilities aren't fixed, that you can learn new things. Be open to new ideas, even if they challenge your current beliefs. Second, cultivate curiosity. The more you learn, the more connections you'll make, and the better equipped you'll be to understand and adapt to new situations. Read widely, explore different fields, and never stop asking why. Third, embrace unlearning. Sometimes, the biggest obstacle to adapting is clinging to outdated knowledge or methods. Be willing to let go of what no longer serves you, even if it was once successful. Fourth, develop resilience. Change is often accompanied by setbacks. Don't fall apart. See failure as a learning opportunity, dust yourself off, and keep moving forward. Resilience is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Look at Anna, a teacher who saw technology coming. Instead of resisting online learning, she took courses, learned new software, and is now a leading innovator in blended learning. She didn't wait for the world to force her hand. She chose to adapt, and now she's thriving. Adaptation isn't easy, but it's essential. It's the difference between being a victim of change and being a champion of it. So get out there, embrace the unknown, and build your adaptability muscle. Your future self will thank you. Now go make those adjustments and get to the top. All right, champions, get ready for a dose of inspiration that'll leave you buzzing. We're diving headfirst into Chapter 13, Beyond the Individual. This isn't just about climbing the ladder. It's about building the ladder for others. It's about realizing that true, lasting success isn't measured in dollars or accolades, but in the impact we have. Think about this. Remember when someone helped you out, gave you advice, or simply believed in you when you doubted yourself? How did that feel? Now imagine being that person for someone else. That's the power we're talking about. Forget fleeting fame. We're talking about finding your purpose. What really gets you fired up? What injustice makes your blood boil? What skills can you use to make the world a little brighter? Maybe you're a coding whiz who can teach underprivileged kids to build websites, or a natural leader who can organize community cleanups. Maybe you're just a good listener who can offer support to someone struggling. Whatever it is, find it. Align your talents with your values and watch the magic happen. Think about Maria, a retired teacher. She started a book club for young immigrants, helping them not only learn English, but also connect with their new community. She wasn't looking for fame. She just wanted to make a difference. Her success, however, is immeasurable. The radiant smiles of the children she helped, and the bonds they formed. Giving back isn't just altruistic, it's strategically brilliant. It broadens your perspective, connects you with incredible people, and fuels your own drive. When you're contributing to something bigger than yourself, you're tapped into a source of energy and motivation that never runs dry. It creates a snowball effect, amplifying your resources and creating a lasting legacy. So get out there and find your cause. Volunteer, mentor, donate. Do something, anything, to make a positive impact. Your success story will become not just about what you achieved, but about what you inspired others to achieve. Let's build a world where everyone rises together. Now go out there and make some magic happen. You've got this. All right, champions, listen up. Let's talk about something vital, something even more important than reaching the top. How you reach the top. I'm talking about the ethical compass Navigating success with integrity. Think of success like building a skyscraper. You can rush, cut corners, use cheap materials. Maybe you get to the top faster, but what happens when the first big wind blows? It crumbles. True lasting success? That skyscraper needs a solid foundation, and that foundation is integrity. Integrity means doing the right thing, even when no one's watching. It means keeping your promises. It means treating everyone with respect, from the janitor to the CEO. It means understanding that your actions affect others profoundly. Imagine a coder, let's call him Alex, who is struggling to meet a deadline for a vital project. Instead of asking for help or admitting he's behind, he considers using code he found online without proper attribution. It would save time, might even get him a promotion. But is it right? No, it's plagiarism. While the immediate reward and recognition for the quick completion of project by employing the unethical practices looks like the immediate recipe for success, the long-term effects could be devastating if the integrity is compromised. Acting with integrity builds trust. And trust, my friends, is the bedrock of any meaningful relationship, whether professional or personal. When people trust you, they believe in you. They'll support you. They'll want you to succeed. Plus, sleeping soundly at night, knowing you've done right? That's a reward no amount of money can buy. So how do you build this ethical compass? Start small. Be honest in your dealings. Keep your commitments. Stand up for what's right, even when it's difficult. Develop a strong moral code and stick to it. Question everything. Remember, success that comes at the expense of your values is a hollow victory. It's fleeting. True success, the kind that brings lasting fulfillment, is built on a foundation of integrity. Choose wisely, choose ethically, and watch your success soar. You got this. All right, champions, get ready to rumble. We've explored the unseen forces behind success, the real deal behind hard work, and how to harness your inner power. Now it's time to write your own outlier story. This isn't about copying someone else's journey. This is about forging your path to extraordinary. Here's your action plan. Step 1. Define your extraordinary. What does your success look like? Not your parents' dreams, not society's expectations. What truly ignites you? Write it down. Be specific. Instead of, I want to be successful, try, I want to build a successful online platform, helping people learn a new language while traveling the world. Step 2. Identify your village. Who can support you? Family, friends, mentors, online communities. Build your A-team. List at least 5 people. How will you connect with them and how you will support them? Step 3. Unearth your superpower. What are you naturally good at? What do people ask you for help with? This is your hidden gem. Even if it doesn't seem immediately marketable, brainstorm how you can use it. Step 4. Embrace the 1% improvement. Forget overnight miracles. Focus on small, consistent progress. What one thing can you do today to move closer to your goal? Write it down, DUIT, and track your progress. Step 5. Storyboard your journey. Imagine your success story. Write it down. What obstacles did you overcome? Who helped you? How did you feel? This isn't just fluff. Visualizing your success makes it real. Step 6. Build your grit muscle. Failure is inevitable. Don't let it define you. When, not if, you stumble, analyze what went wrong, learn from it, and get back up. Step 7. Stay curious. Stay adaptive. The world is constantly changing. Read, learn, experiment, and be willing to pivot. Your initial plan might not be the final destination, but it is the starting point. Now, my friends, this isn't a passive exercise. This is a call to action. Grab a pen, a notebook, or your favorite digital tool and start writing your outlier story. The world needs your unique talent, your unique vision, and your unstoppable spirit. So what are you waiting for? Go make it happen!